Everyone, welcome back to 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. Today we're going to talk about Polkadot. We're going to look at dot USD and also dot versus Bitcoin. And we're going to start with the daily chart as you see here. So if you like the video today, please give us a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm get the word out about this guy, about the channel, about not taking paid promotions. There's no paid promotions here. We don't do shills. I don't pitch you any coin that I wouldn't personally invest in, and I don't give much more of my opinion than what I see based on the charts. I look at the charts first, they tell me what I think, and then I give my opinion on what the charts are saying and where they could be going. But I don't do the 47% increase over the next 4 minutes. I don't do the moon boys. I don't think that you're going to be a millionaire by investing $100 today. Next month, it's not going to happen. I don't do that. That's where I made this channel. I made this channel to combat all those people that speak of the moon, so to speak, and 19 dog coins that are going to go the next freaking, make you the next Elon Musk. No pun intended there. We're going to look at, so let's just cut right to it. We're gonna look at dot on USD, and we're gonna look at structure. Notice there's no indicators, not 47,000 lines on here. It's just the price on a naked chart here. Sometimes this can help you if you're newer, looking at just a plain chart, and look for support and resistance. Support and resistance is the key to learning what market trends are coming and help you just become a better trader and make more money and lose less money. If you see trend lines being broken, you know that there's an issue to the downside or the upside. If you want it to go up, you know what resistance is. If you want it to go down, you know where support is. So let's go ahead and look at that. Now, if you're in TradingView, you can pull this up. Let me adjust this chart so you can see it. Hopefully that helps you. You can see this tool over here. It's called a horizontal line or ray. Let's go with the ray one. That's what it's called. The line is good too, but geez, we're just going to draw them all kinds of places here. Let's make sure you're in the right spot first. So we can use this, but look at here. This is our first kind of major area of concern. When we broke that, don't ignore this one. I see you looking up here. We're going to bring it down here. I just accidentally clicked 2. Okay, we make our videos in one cut. So sometimes you got to live with the cuttable, uncuttable. Does that make sense? Okay, look at our support areas here. On the daily chart, no lines at all besides these, right? This is support and resistance on both sides. When we broke this, you got to look for the next area. If we break this to the upside or downside, then you can look for the next area, right? You could see if we go up above this, you could see kind of something right in there, right? You got support here, resistance, roughly $26 if we break through this. How about to the downside? I'm glad you asked. Let's look at the downside. Where would your next level be if we break below this? Now this is on candles, candle closes. Wicks, you can have wicks. The wicks don't matter. Okay, you want to have the candle closes below this to when you know that support level is broken. So your next level, you guessed it, right around this area, $10. If we break this with a daily candle, it's highly likely we go down here. Am I saying that's going to happen? Of course not. Is that likely to happen? Who knows? We don't have crystal balls. Nobody does that I know of. There's some jokes to be said in that sentence if you didn't get them, but this is our next area. If we go down here, now DOT is such a young coin. DOT is in my personal top 5. If you don't know my top 5, it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, Polkadot, and Cardano. So those are my top 5. Polkadot is certainly in my top 5. I believe in Polkadot and Cardano. I believe in Polkadot long term, but it's such a young coin that it hasn't quite established its levels yet. So that's why it could potentially go a little bit lower than, say, Chainlink or Ethereum, and it's just not quite as established in the markets yet. So that could be a good thing if you're looking to buy more. If you're looking to just hold and, get back up to the $50 level, $100 levels. Those are coming. You're just going to have more patience. So if you're looking to buy, you might get an opportunity. If you're looking to just get your maximum ROI, just hold down. It's younger, it's establishing its footing, and we will get there. Now, I think this is probably the last level we're going to. It's highly unlikely we're going back to our kind of takeoff phase, so to speak. This was kind of our first consolidation level around the 10, and then we got back up here. Now, in my opinion, we're probably already really close to the bottom. There's a slim chance we get to 10. Beyond that, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to single digits. If we do, that'd be your buying opportunity of a lifetime. We're going to look at the Gaussian channel on Polkadot today. We're also going to look at the Bollinger Bands and see what they are saying. So if you have Polkadot, good for you. So do I. Let's look at the Bollinger Bands on the daily chart, see what they're saying. Hide this from you and look at where we are. Very similar to Chainlink right now. I do think Chainlink and Polkadot will go hand in hand during this next cycle. When we start moving back up again, I think they'll be very close. They usually all have been pretty close in price since Dot had its move up here, right? They've very similar prices and movements, and this is no different. Look at our drop down. Now, Bollinger Bands, if you're unfamiliar with them, 95% of your price action happens inside of these bands. So when you're outside of them, it's usually a good time to buy on the bottom. Not financial advice, but that's what I do personally. Nothing I give is financial advice. Do your own research. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't do it. If you do like what I'm saying, maybe still don't do it. Do some more research. That's the whole not financial advice thing. If I give you advice and you don't like it, I can get in trouble. So I have to say that every now and then because there's some dum-dums that don't get that. Don't get how that works. But enough of that. Let's go back to the charts. Polkadot, right? We're underneath the Bollinger Bands again at the $13. We wicked way down here. Look at the lowest, $12.75. If you bought $12.75, let me know. What is your lowest buy-in on Polkadot? I would like to know. If anybody bought back in the takeoff phase, kudos to you. You're doing very well already, even with this crazy drops that we've had out of Polkadot. You're going to be well rewarded in the future, in my opinion. So what usually happens when you drop to the Bollinger Band, you're going to go either sideways until you run into your purple line. This is your median line here. You're very rarely do you come down and come back in the band and come down again before testing your purple line here. So look what we've done. We're outside of the band. We're coming back in. It's highly likely we're going to test this purple line. Now that doesn't mean we shoot up to it. As you see here, sometimes we just continue kind of sideways until we run into it. So if this starts to taper off or taper down, maybe we run into it around the $19, $18. It just depends on what price action does between now and then. But as you can see, after we came back in, we started moving back up a little bit. Ebbs and flows, ups and downs, hit this, and we're still just basically sideways, right? We want to wait for Bitcoin to really have a more sustainable move to the upside. In order for alts, especially DOT, to continue to move. Younger coins usually are getting hit the hardest when Bitcoin drops, and usually recover the least when Bitcoin jumps up, as you've probably seen in Polkadot if you've held this for a long time. So let's go ahead and look at it on the weekly chart and see if we got anything else. Now, weekly charts, as you move up, and charts like from like a 5-minute to a 15-minute to an hour to a day to a week, each chart you're moving up the time frames, you're getting stronger as far as what the charts are saying. So a 5-minute pattern playing out, a chart on the 5-minute pattern chart, you get what I'm saying. On a 5-minute chart, if the pattern is playing out, it's okay. It might work for a little bit, but if you're getting it playing out, that same pattern playing out on a weekly chart, much more likely that that's continued for the prolonged period, if that makes sense. So on a weekly chart, we've already hit this bottom for the weekly Bitcoin Bollinger Band. Hello. So what is likely next? We could go down here a little bit more, but that's still, look at the bottom of their band. Let's pull this up here. You can see the bottom right here. See, these numbers change as I move, but right now it's at 1456. We've already hit that. We've been outside of it. More likely than not, macro term level, we go a little bit sideways for a while until we have a move up, or we could go up. We can go up. That's fine. I'm sure you would appreciate a $30 link. $30. You can see I always got link on the brain. A $30 dot. But you could see our same thing we started out with on the daily chart. Our kind of our floor level here, right? Going back, we had our big tier up. This is really our first breakout move, right to around $10, sideways, break up again to our $15, $16 range, which is where we are now. And we held this for weeks, almost a month at a time, right, as support. So that's why we're here again. This is big. This is Dot's biggest support level right here, plain and simple. There's not really a whole lot of else, right? Down here, if we fall down here, okay, cool, it's $10, but that was his first big tier up. That's why this is much more key. That's why it's holding so far. When we came down in May, remember that? I know you remember that week of May. And also we've kind of double bottomed so far. Now we haven't closed this candle. We closed in 3 days, 3 hours from now. We want to hold this as support. That will tell us kind of our future moves. If we're below this, if we close below, then we can go back to the daily chart and look towards that $10 level maybe. But until then, you don't want to trade on emotion or what the people are saying or what the news is saying. You want to wait for confirmations on what the charts say, and that's it. The charts will never lead you wrong. If you can know the charts inside and out, you're going to do very well. That's why I only follow 3 to 5 coins at a given time. Most of the time, I'm in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Chainlink, and I have very little in Polkadot and Cardano, relatively speaking to my portfolio. It's probably about 80% in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Link at all times. And then another maybe say 10% in Dot and Cardano, and then maybe 5 to 10% in just some other coins that are just random that you see along here. So most of my portfolio, I just keep in the big three, my big three, personal, and then I just trade between those coins and flip back and forth between patterns. So I suggest you do the same. If you have 15 coins or 20 coins or maybe 50 coins, some people have hundreds or little bits in each, stop doing that. Are you going to be an expert in everything, or you want to be a master in just a few? That's how you become better. That's how you can become self-sufficient and retire in your 30s and never have to worry about money again. You focus and become a master at a few coins and just use those. Imagine how much better you'd be if you just followed Bitcoin or just followed Chainlink. You'd know every move that it made at every level perfectly. If you're following 10 coins, you could be pretty good at most of them, but you're not going to catch everything. You can really maximize your profits by narrowing your focus down to 1 coin, fantastic. 3 coins, perfect, great. 5 is kind of where I would draw the limit. Based on, my 5 years experience following a lot of people that know even more than me about it, there's not many people that are very successful in this business that have a shit ton of coins. It just doesn't happen. If they do, it's like I do. It's not a massive amount of their portfolio outside of those like concentrated central hub of coins. So keep that in your back pocket. Focus on 5 or less. That's my personal preference. 5 or less. If you got 5 or less, you're doing great. You're doing better than most. There's a lot of people that just throw darts at dartboards and tries to see what sticks. That can work out a little bit, right? So can scratch off lottery tickets. What are you going to do? You're going to make some money and then you're going to piss it away. You're just playing the lottery. Focus on learning. Learn how to trade and learn the charts. That's how you make money. People that win the lottery, are they rich 10 years from then? Not likely. Are you going to be rich? Even if you make $100,000 or $1 million on some blind luck draw, you don't know how you made that, right? You just threw darts at a dartboard. Practice on solid projects. Practice on big key, indicators. Focus, sharpen your tools. Go read about Bollinger Bands if you like that. Find something that you're good at and balls to the wall. Pardon my, that's not French. I don't know why they say that. Someone Someone to answer that. I gotta have some water. You're in another long video. I apologize. You'll never get it this time back. All right, let's go look at the Gaussian channel. And we got so many tangents. Gaussian channel, you got to put on the 5-day. That's the most confluence you got. If you don't know how to find it, you can just go up to the indicator here on TradingView, type in Gaussian, Gaussian, and then look for the DW thing. That's the right one. There's a couple of them. This is the right one. So let's remove the drawings. But look at this. On Polkadot, we are right there. We are right on the median line of the Gaussian channel, which acts as super support, which is why it's thicker than the top and bottom. These act as minor support, as you can see. Wick, brief wick under, but look at the wicks. You think that's coincidence? Those are right at the top of that line? No, it's not. We broke it with a candle. Look at this. Notice the first body candle under it. And we went right to there. Look at the solid support. Right now, you can see that is 1592 as support level. So for the next, on the daily, we're on a 5-day chart, and this candle closes in less than 3 hours. Depending on when you're watching this, you probably already know. Did this candle close above, what did we say, 1592? If we close above 1592, we're good. We're good. We're still good. We wicked way down here. We set a new low. Watch that. If you're interested in Polkadot, we close above this, we're still good. We want to hold that line and maybe retest even the top line. Currently, the top line is at 2330. Doesn't mean we're going to go back up the next 5 days and test that, but maybe gradually we hold this until we can get a more sustainable move going into the summer. So that is DOT on the Gaussian channel. Now, watch this. If we add in the Bollinger Bands on top of that, look at your support again. It's almost like a double safety net. When you're having multiple support levels at you know what I mean? Like you have one support level here, you have one support level here, you even have a third support level. Right? What we talked about earlier. Support around $16 area, which we had weeks of support back in here in January. We've had wicks down to it, sure, but no candles have closed below this in a long time. Good sign for DOT. This is why this level is very key level. If we break it, I think it would be just another wick. If you're looking to accumulate DOT, under $20 is a gift. I promise a year from now, again, my opinion, you're going to be well rewarded if you're buying at these levels. If we ever are to drop to the bottom of this channel, the Gaussian channel, anytime you're at the low on end of the Gaussian channel on any coin period, you have to use it on the 5-day. Remember, don't use it on the 1 day or the week or whatever. The 5-day, if you're ever near the bottom or below it, I mean, mortgage your house, sell your dog, sell your left arm, right arm, pick an arm, sell it, cash it in, go in. You're going to be well rewarded. It's the buying opportunity of a lifetime if you're buying at the bottom of a Gaussian channel on a 5-day. Go look at any chart ever. Bitcoin, Ethereum, anytime the prices are there, they've never been seen again after that, ever. So that's how low we are. That's how important this Gaussian channel is on a 5-day chart, on any coin. If you're ever at the bottom of it, it's buy to the wall. Fill up whatever you need to do, sleep in your car, sell everything you got. That's what I would do. I don't know. But that's a 20-minute Polkadot video. Who knew that was coming? Not me. I had some requests for a Polkadot update, so this is it. You got some lessons you may not have wanted in here. If you guys got, we don't even pull up any damn moving average. Let's put some on and see if we got anything hidden. Let's put on the weekly, see if we got anything showing. I like how none of my clicks actually worked. There we go. Okay, now you can see. Now EMA is exponential moving average. That's 21 days, 50 days. That's the Bollinger Bands. We could cut those off. It gets too busy with all this. 200 day, 100 day. So you can see we're well under those, but they're not going to come in super handy because DOT is younger. Remember, the younger coins, it's much more difficult to pick out what they're going to do next based on your indicators and charts because they're just so young. Just like a baby. It needs time to develop. You don't know what a baby's going to be when he's 20. when he's just crawling around. Polkadot's just learned to stand up. He's just walking. Polkadot's going to be an all-star, but we don't know what sport yet. I don't know how that makes sense, but you catch my drift, right? That's a subtle analogy that kind of works. You could understand that. But we're down here now. This is when you're low. It's not the time to sell. No. You buy here. A lot of people bought up in here. Maybe that's you. And if it was, no worries. I think Polkadot will bail you out in the not so distant future. It's going to do well coming up. I think triple digits are on the horizon in the next 12 months. That's my personal opinion. I'm accumulating it. I suggest you do the same. Not financial advice again. But that's Polkadot in a nutshell. That's all I got for today. If we can look at it on the weekly, we're still well under 21 week, but we just got it this year. It just came around. No big deal. That is at a really big discount, and it can take off again just like Chainlink, and you're gonna wish. Remember when Chase made that long ass video and he told us to buy down to these teen levels? Yeah, this is that video. You'll never remember this video. There's only 12 people are going to watch it, so it's okay. But I'll see you on the next one. We'll do some more tomorrow. Happy Thursday. I don't know where you are in the world, but from me to you, I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks a lot.